What is up, X Factor Nation? We are back for another daily show episode here on the X Factor Sports Talk channel. Hope everybody's having an awesome day today. We had a lot of games go on last night, so let's hop right into it. First, we had the Minnesota Timberwolves traveling to Washington to take on the Wizards, where they lost 127-142, a very high scoring game. Obviously, it's a Timberwolves, no defense, so this is not a surprise. We'll start with Minnesota, the losing team. Anthony Edwards had 29, 8, and 2, 9 and 19 shooting. Decent night for him. Karl Towns only had 8 points. He did get hurt, looks like a calf strain, I believe. So we'll see how long he's out. So he only played 21 minutes last night. D'Lo had 17. Rudy had 19 and 7. Um, just not a lot going on for Timberwolves. Jordan Noel or Jalen Noel, I'm sorry, had 23 off the bench. So maybe some bench action for the Timberwolves. Just again, the vibes just not there for the Timberwolves. Um, so we'll see what happens going forward. Losing Cat obviously is going to hurt too, or maybe it'll work. We'll see what it looks like with just one big down there. So I think these next couple weeks for Minnesota is crucial, and we'll see how it goes. But like I said, the Wizards did pick up a win yesterday. Um, Kyle Kuzma, 23, 8, and 9. He continues to play really well, playing really good basketball. He's proven he's been a pretty decent playmaker for them. But main story is Kristaps Porzingis. 41 ball last night, 12 of 18 from the field, 6 of 10 from the line, or from the 3-point line. Also had then 3 blocks, 2 steals. Just a really solid game for Kristaps. I think he's been playing really good basketball this year. Um, Wizards team that kind of surprising how good they're doing so far. So really happy to see that. Bradley Beal added in 22, not too much off the bench. Jordan Goodwin had 10, and Corey Kispert added in 11. So big win from the Timberwolves, or sorry, the Wizards. So we'll see what they can keep going or keep doing going forward and see if Washington can maybe make some noise and make a playoff push. I know it's early, but maybe a surprise team to make some noise. Next, we had the Atlanta Hawks traveling to going to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers, where they lost 101-104. Atlanta drops another one. Trae Young, 18 and 10. Clint Capella had 10 points, 16 rebounds. John Collins with 13. DeAndre Hunter with 18. DeJounte Murray with 17, 5, and 6. And Justin Holiday off the bench added in 16. But for Philly, Joel Embiid, first game back after a couple games missed, had 30, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 9-18 shooting. So really good night for him. Tobias Harris continues to play well, had 24 and 10. And Shake Milton continues to hoop, man. He is balling. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 9 to 20 from the field. Not much off the bench. Gordy Jang continued to be a solid bench piece with 9, just a 3-point shooter. Doing a lot for 76ers. Can't wait for them to get fully healthy. They started off slow to be 12 and 9 right now. Is I think really good for their organization. So we'll see if they can keep going. Stay healthy is their key with a lot of teams. Is they can stay healthy. These 76ers, they've been up and down. So we'll continue to see if they can put it together. Next, we have the Charlotte Hornets. The Victor Wembanyama train continues for them because they dropped another one, moving to 6 and 15. They lost 105-140 to the Boston Celtics. Man, just really bad team. Jalen McDaniels had 24. PJ Washington had 16. Kelly Oubre with 22. Theo Madeline 11. Nick Richards 7 and 7 off the bench. Kai Jones with 9. Bryce McCown, the rookie I really liked out of Nebraska, had 10. Just not a lot to celebrate out there in Charlotte. LaMelo's been hurt, banged up all year, hasn't really played much. Just a team that's in a full rebuild, it seems, and they need to start building around LaMelo quick. But no Jaylen Brown tonight for the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum, I think he's okay. 35 points last night, 5 of 28 from the field. Marcus Smart added in 22 points and 15 assists. Dude absolutely hooped. Malcolm Brogdon had 21, 5, and 6 off the bench, 8 and 9 shooting. Really good night for him. And Sam Hauser added in 11. So best team in the league, Boston Celtics. Moving on. Next, we had the Orlando Magic traveling to Brooklyn to take on the Nets, where they dropped 102-109 in favor of the Nets. We'll start with the Magic. Paulo had 24. Really solid night for him. Bol continues to play well, 24 and 6. Gary Harris had 19. Franz Wagner had 21. He continues to play really well. I like him a lot. Just really young team. Not much coming off the bench either. And Brooklyn continues to play pretty well. Kevin Durant had 45. Dude balled last night. 45, 7 and 5 at 19 at 24 shooting, 3 of 5 from deep. Just really solid basketball to Kevin Durant, really consistent, really efficient from the field. Kyrie added in 20. Nicholas Claxton had 17 and 13. Ben Simmons only played 11 minutes. Didn't log a point. Not surprised there. Joe Harris had 17. I called him out in the pod, said he needs to play better. Seth Curry added in 3 after his big night. So we'll see, man. If that Nets team can find efficiency and consistency from someone outside of KD and Kyrie, I think they'll be just fine. And next, a really exciting game. The Cleveland Cavaliers traveling to Toronto, where they lost 88 to 100 in favor of the Raptors. We'll start with the Cavs, the losing team. Evan Mobley at 18 and 15. He continues to play really well. I think he's playing phenomenal basketball right now. Off night for Donovan Mitchell, only had 8. Darius Garland had 18 and 10 assists. Not much off the bench. Just a really, poor night for the Cavs. But for the Raptors, we had OG Anunoby, who continues to play really well. Had 20 of 8 of 13 shooting. Played really good basketball. Thaddeus Young added in 10. Pascal Siakam, back from injury, had 18 and 11. Fred VanVleet with 13. Scotty Barnes off the bench. Interesting move. Had 11, 4, and 5. Gary Trent Jr. had 14. Really like that Raptor squad. Next, with OKC Thunder traveling to New Orleans, where they dropped 101 to 105 in favor of the Pelicans. It's the Shea Show. Had a really off night. Shot 7 for 21, still had 31. Lou Dort had 14. James Robinson Earl had 10 points, 13 rebounds. Not much off the bench at all. Just another off night, except for Shea, even though he shot really inconsistent. So really inefficient, I should say. On the Pelican side, Zion had 23, 8 boards, 8 assists, 11, 18 shooting. Trey Murphy continues to play really good basketball this year with 20. Herb Jones had 12. Jose Alvarado had 15. So that defensive backcourt, Herb had 4 steals and Jose had 2 steals. So a really defensive backcourt. I like that. And then Willie Herman Gomez had 10 off the bench. So good win for the Pelicans. Hopefully they continue to keep playing well. Next, we have the Houston Rockets traveling to Denver, where they lost 113 to 129 in favor of the Nuggets. For Houston, Jabari Smith had 9. Eric Gordon had 11. St. John had 18. Jalen Green had 17. Kevin Porter Jr. with 12, 4, and 6. So solid night for them. Just another young team that's looking for any identity. And Kenyon Martin Jr. continues to play well for some reason. 15 and 6, just solid night for him. Denver Nuggets, like I said, picked up the win. Nikola Jokic had a phenomenal game. 32, 12, and 8. Dude continues to play well. Jamal Murray with 31 and 5 assists. Really good night for him. Bruce Brown had 12. And Zeke Naji, the kid from Arizona, who I really like, just hasn't got a lot of run, had 15 points, 3 rebounds, and Ish Smith added in 10 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. So Nikola Jokic, unreal. Looks like we had the first away team to win a game. Start the string of it, because also so far we've had the traveling and lost, but we had the Chicago Bulls traveling to Utah to take on the kind of sputtering Jazz after the hot start. They won a much needed game, in my opinion, 114 to 107. DeMar had 26, 4, and 6. Nikola Jokic had 16 and 10. Zach LaVine had 26 and 5. Andre Drummond with 10 and 10, double machine, as he has been his whole career. And then my man Kobe White added 15 off the bench, so really good win for them. On the side of the Jazz, we had Laurie Bird, had 32 and 9. Kelly Olynyk with 23, 4, and 4. I love Laurie Marketing. Plain and simple. Like I said, 32 points at 12, 18 shooting, 7 for 11 from deep. Just wasn't enough. Colin Sexton started this game, had 17, 4, and 6, and Jordan Clarkson had 8, 6, and 9. 3 of 15 shooting. So really inefficient for him. And then Malik Beasley added in 11 off the bench. So I think the Jazz will be just fine. Hopefully they can stay in that playing game. I don't think they'll, have a top seed, but it'll be fun to see them keep going. Phoenix Suns traveled to Sacramento, where they got a win, 122 to 117. Devin Booker, a lot of guys had really good games last night. He was one of them. 44 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 17 and 28 shooting. Only 1 of 6 from deep, 9 for 9 from the line. Played really well. He also added in 6 steals. I think is kind of going under wraps there. Michael Bridges added 13 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Torrey Craig had 11. DeAndre Ayton continues to play well with 17 and 12. Still want to see him more aggressive. And Damian Lee added 15 points and 5 rebounds off the pine. For Sacramento, off night for them. De'Aaron Fox only had 11, 5, and 5. Kevin Huerter didn't hit a 3, but he still had 18, 7, and 3. Domantas Sabonis was 1 rebound away from a triple-double, had 17 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, 8 of 10 shooting. Malik Monk, though, 30 points off the bench, 12 of 17 shooting. Kentucky kid. Got to show some love. Just wasn't enough. Just a really off night for them. Hopefully they can bounce back. And then the last game of the night last night, Indiana Pacers traveled to LA to take on the Lakers, where they picked up a 116 to 115 win with Andrew Nembhard hitting a game-winning three at the buzzer. So good for them. Tyrese Haliburton, I called for 20 assists yesterday in the Daily Show. He had 14, 0 turns. He hasn't turned over the ball in the last 3 games. He's incredible. He's now averaging almost 20 and 12, which is insane. So he had 24, 7 and 14. Buddy Hield had 15. Miles Turner had 15 and 13. Aaron Nesmith, kid out of Vandy, had 16 and 4. And then Benedict Mathurin continues to chew off the bench, had 23 and 8. And like I said, Andrew Nembhard hit the gamer, had 12 and 4. On the Lakers side, LeBron and AD and Russell. So LeBron had 21, 8 of 22 shooting, not his best night from the floor, but Anthony Davis continues to play well, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 6 there he goes. Efficient night for him, added in 4 blocks. Again, my defensive player of the year. Austin Reeves had 13 on the bench, and Russell Westbrook had 24, 4, and 6. Also added in 6 turnovers on his side. So just a rough night for everyone except for AD, in my opinion, but I think they'll bounce back. So that is all the games from last night, and only 3 games tonight. So we'll hit those real quick and get it moving. So we have tonight, like I said, 3 games. The New York Knicks traveling to Detroit to take on the Pistons. I think the Knicks win this game. I think big night from Jalen Brunson, just a young Pistons team. I think you could probably see Saddiq Bey or Bojan get moved before the deadline. I think it'd be a much needed thing. I think they have a pretty good direction with Cade, Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duran, some of these young guys, but we'll see how it goes. Again, Cade Cunningham's still out with that injury, so just not really sold on the Pistons. Next, the really tough game. I think it's going to be a solid night for these 2 teams, and it's the Golden State Warriors traveling to Dallas to take on the Mavs. I'm gonna go Mavs here. I think they need a bounce back win here. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to check Luka tonight. I think he goes off. Warriors defense has been really bad this year. I know they're in the upswing offensively, but still haven't seen it on the defensive end. In the last game of the night, the Los Angeles Clippers traveling to Portland to take on the surprising Trailblazers. I am going to go Clippers here. I think the Clippers get a win. Can't wait for them to see them at full strength. Maybe Zubac has another big night. We will see. But that is all the games tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the X Factor Sports Talk channel and the Daily Show. As always, we're here every day breaking down last night's games and talking about today's games. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check us out on TikTok, X Factor Sports Talk. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't be a star, don't be a superstar. Change the game, be different, be an X Factor. We see you guys next time. God bless and peace out.